Where are you broadcasting?
Hello, everybody. We are broadcasting Win Live, and I'm gonna share it now, Stacy, so you can share it. It's in my fan page.
Okay. See if I can find you.
You go here, share, and I'm gonna tag you. Okay, so you will see it. This is our second one, and I'm still figuring out stuff. So, guys, bear with me. There you go. I'm tagging you. Done.
My light
are live.
Horrible. Oh.
Post. So you should have it there. I already posted. There you go.
I'm just trying to move where there's more light because you can't even see me. It's dark in my kitchen.
Okay. We can see you.
I'm gonna share it out here.
You go.
From okay, I think I've done it. We shall see. Okay. Timeline. And one more. How are you, darling? Are you good?
Do you see it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. I'm actually sharing it out right now. I'm not wasting time. We're going. We're going.
Good job. All right, guys. There have 5 people watching now. All right, so we started. We have Stacy Hall with stacyhall.com, right? That's about right.
Correct.
I think I have it in my head like every time you speak, and I'm telling you, you are one of my mompreneur out there that I've been watching for a few months already. So I was like, I need to reach out to her and take her to one of my interviews because I need to know one of your secrets, and I want to share it out there because I know as a mompreneur, as a mom with kids at home and doing everything together, sometimes we don't know, maybe the other mom has a better secret than ours. So that's why I'm doing this. If you don't know me, guys, I'm Jamie Reyes, and I'm actually a mompreneur with Changing Life. And I'm doing interviews at 3 p.m. Pacific. Yes, Pacific. So you guys can know some secrets of moms out there that actually are all home, working at home, and making it happen. So Stacy Hall is one of the. Have some questions for her today. So I'm gonna start asking, obviously, who you are as a person. I want to know more about you, and we go from there.
Sounds good.
Go ahead. So how long have you been a mompreneur?
Okay.
And yeah.
I guess it's been about 3 years now, actually. The first year, I was not online at all. I was building my business. Well, I use the word building loosely. I was attempting to build a business in a very traditional fashion.
We lost a little bit. Stacy, we lost you. Uh-oh, we lost Stacy. What's going on? Let me see what's going on. Sorry, guys. Well, I want to tell you that while she's coming back, I can say that it is possible to be a mompreneur. It is possible to make it happen. Let me go again in the link. So let's see. She's coming back. She said she lost me. Let's see if she comes back. When we live, guys, it's happened. This happened. This stuff happened. So it's not recorded. You know, it's not.
Hey,
there you go. She's back. Like she left. All right. Go ahead and keep sharing your story there.
Okay. Sorry about that. I hope it's not my computer. I'm getting a lot of feedback and weirdness, so we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it will be okay. So yeah, so it's only been almost 2 years since I actually got online. I would say the first 2 out of the 3 years I've been working, I did not do so great. So for those people who are, fairly new and struggling, that's normal. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
The first year, oh man, I failed in such spectacular fashion. It was practically fireworks behind me the whole time. It was not nice, which is what brought me to coming online in the first place. So I don't know if you can relate to that, but
I was 17 years struggling out there with network marketing. I started when I was 15, and I did a lot of MLMs out there. I was not a mompreneur, obviously. I started being a mompreneur 6 years ago, and I came online 8 months ago, and when my baby was born, my second baby.
right.
So I started doing more online stuff and started doing like both together at the same time because I was not home. And when I wanted to be a mompreneur, it was not a mompreneur because I was not home. I was outside all the time. And being able now to be at home and with the baby and working with the computer on my phone at the same time, now it's possible. So you have the same reaction when you start online?
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it's only been 8 months for you. That's crazy.
Yes.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you. I've been having great mentors. That's one of the biggest key I would say.
Yeah, for sure. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's shocking to me, but in a good way, in a really good way. When I first came online, I thought it like, first of all, I really wanted it to be the answer to all my problems because when I was working in a more traditional fashion, and you have a lot more experience in the business than I do. And when I was working it traditionally, I was doing everything that I was being told to do. At least I thought I was. I thought I was being super coachable. I was following the plan. But it was not working for me. Like I would have meetings in my house and nobody would show, or one person would show, and I would be like humiliated. Yeah, hello, right here, loser. But that's the thing. You feel that way, but it's not. This is like stuff that just happens. It's part of the growing pains. But I just thought to myself, I'm a smart person. I've succeeded at a lot of different things in my life. Why is it I can't quite get this? It's so different from anything else that you do I didn't feel like I had anything from my previous life to draw upon to help me be successful at it. So when I came online, I was hoping that was going to be the answer to all my problems. And initially, I just got lost down the rabbit hole. And I was months on end just trying to figure this thing out because unlike you at the time, I didn't have great mentorship. I had a couple of people who were giving me a few tips here and there. Hey, Laudette, my friend Laudette just joined us. But I didn't really understand and I can't blame anyone. I didn't understand how to ask for help. I didn't understand how to reach out to people and ask the right questions. I was so green that no, it was not the answer to all my prayers originally. Fast forward a year, and it absolutely has been. So, I mean, it's just, I could go on for hours. I'm not sure how much information you want, but I mean, it's a learning curve. I don't have any audio. I can't hear you. Oh, I can't hear you. See if I can the joys of technical issues. Let me just refresh here and see if I can get it to. Do I have you now? No, I can't hear you. You can hear me? Oh, okay. I can't hear you, unfortunately. I wonder if I plug this in. I hope it's not my computer that's doing this. Excuse me for one moment. Oh, I heard you for a split second. Are you back? No. Darn. You're going to have to type out the questions and I'm going to have to speak the answers. Oh, my goodness gracious. Let's see here. The joys of technical issues. That's life. That's how it goes, right? Did you want to try reconnecting?
Hello.
Yes, now I have you.
Yay!
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it, but we'll just do the best we can.
Yes. So what I was asking was, I hope let's see how that goes together, everything. How old are your kids? And how do you handle the kids and being an online marketer at the same time?
It's a great show a lot of the days. I'll tell you that. My son is 10. My son is 10. And my daughter is 6.
Okay.
So
you've been 3 years with them online and at home, right?
2 years. Yeah, 2 years. The first year I wasn't online. Yeah. So they go to school. And so it's a bit challenging. That's the truth of it. And you kind of have to, I look at my day in like 15-minute or half-hour increments is kind of how I think of it. So in the morning, once they go to school, I sometimes work. You're talking in a can, Lodette said. I don't know what that means. She's getting feedback or something.
Feedback, maybe.
Yeah, sorry.
I find something good, something else. Being life is not working good.
Yeah, well, that's how we learn, right? That's how we learn. I'm sure there's got to be another way, but so I still a few days a week work as a preschool teacher in the mornings because I just am not ready to give it up yet. So I love the kids. I squeeze it all in, but it's. So my mornings, sometimes I do that, and sometimes I'm able to do business stuff. But usually what happens is my work time is between like 1 and 3 in the afternoon. And then I pick up my kids from school. And then it's all about my kids for most of the early part of the evening. And then once they're in bed, I work again. Now, there's little increments within there, little pockets where I'll take phone calls or I will like call a few leads I really only have a couple hours a day is my answer to that question.
4 hours, you can say. It's a gap, a 4 hour gap.
3 a day, pretty much. Yeah. Sometimes it's like I hear you talk 2 times. Yeah, I know, Lodette. I'm sorry. The sound quality is not the greatest today, but we're working with it as best we can.
Yeah, we will try probably to do later on, and maybe I will record it or something, like maybe Zoom, so we can post it the right one, and we can try that later, maybe if you have the time. But I just wanted to know, so you have like 4 hours of gap, and then so your daily routine is, so you wake up in the morning, you're with the kids, you send them to school, and that time you have to work in your business, and then you pick it up, and then you stay with the kids, and then at nighttime you have it. So it's like little gaps in the middle that you do.
So sometimes I'll have some time in the morning, often not. So it's usually 1 to 3 in the afternoon, and that's when I'll do like, I will call a few people depending on time zones, create some content. that's what I try to really concentrate on, creating some content because it's quiet. I can manage that. And then when they're in bed in the evenings, that's when I do everything else, really. Like I try and learn something new every day. I'll try and spend a half an hour to an hour watching a webinar or, furthering my knowledge on some topic. I will reach out to people on Facebook and social media, start those conversations, right, which are so important, expanding my network. And so I get a lot of work done between like 9 and midnight. And then I also will create content for the morning, because in the morning, that time is dedicated to my children and to personal development. So I don't do content in the morning. I will post something that I've prepared the night before.
Yeah,
so
cool.
It's a podcast, it's a wake-up call, it's, affirmations, meditation, some form of personal development, get my kids ready for school, and then same thing as the day before, right?
So do you have, and I'm going to tell you this one because I know a lot of moms out there, they have their husband at home or they're working or whatever, there has to be a little time for them, right? It's not just about the kids. Yeah. And we will have a lot of moms that are complaining that their husband are complaining because they don't have time for it because we always in the computer or we always in the phone. So do you have like a hobby and wife time, in the middle of those time? In that gap after the kids are going to sleep, probably?
Yes. Well, we've been married a good long time, so he's very understanding. He's also a musician and an artist, so he understands the creative process, and he needs a lot of time and space to do that as well. So typically when the kids are in bed, he goes to, I call his man cave, and, and he works on his music, and I go up to my space and I work on my business. We meet up at around midnight, which I know is very late. It'd be better if I went to bed early. But that's what we do, and we usually have an hour or so before we go to bed where we'll drink a glass of wine, watch Netflix, have a conversation. Right?
I can relate to that. I had even a schedule before, and I have to just scratch it and throw it away because it was like it didn't work. But it's like when you start very hard on business online, it was like I get time for the kids. I put them to sleep at 8. And then I have 8, 9, 10, and I was like, okay, at 10 probably I can get some time for hobby and wife time. But I was like, I still am here after my Facebook Live, and I'm still getting content, and I still am talking to people. And then it's 12, and it's already because then Europe is probably awakening, and so that's why I was like, at 12 I set myself, I just have to shut everything down, and then get some time to hobby and wifey time, because if not, will not be at that time. In weekends, I unplug myself as well, even though that I have my phone with me, but I normally don't try to do any Facebook Live. I disconnect myself completely. So I try just to do lifestyle stuff on the weekends and just timing for them because the kids are not school.
Yeah.
The only kid. You have one kid. So that's why it's very difficult, but it's possible, and we are examples of that, right?
Yeah. Well, and the 9-month-old is always with you, right? Like once the kids are in school, it gets easier.
Yes, he's 24/7 with mommy.
Yeah.
24/7 breastfeeding still. He wakes me up 2 times at nighttime to breastfeed as well, so I don't have a lot of time to sleep. Yeah. So moms out there that are breastfeeding is possible too. Like I'm in the computer here and now he's napping, but when he wakes up, or my husband is with him, because my husband works with me at home, and I put him in the jumper and he next to me, he's been jumping when I'm doing it. So sometimes you can hear him, and I don't know, I always try to work around him. Yeah. And if he's very fussy next to me, I do a Facebook Live in his room with my phone. And I work with him around like that. It's just working around your kids is the best idea when you have it at home, or when you like Stacy Hall that they already at school, you get that timing for getting your kid, like getting your content and preparing your leads to, I don't know, to sign it up or make some work together.
Yeah. I mean, the kids, they insist upon it, right? They don't take no for an answer. You're mommy.
Yeah.
So, you know,
First.
exactly. And that is my number one job, right? So that's why I kind of look at the day as like little 15-minute increments. So when they get home from school, for example, I'll get them set up with their homework or an activity. And sometimes around 4:30, I might have a 15-minute increment to make a couple of phone calls or to type a couple of messages. It's not guaranteed, but it often presents itself. So I'll take advantage of those little nooks and crannies that, you know, creep in that you can get something done. And you just learn to be productive in really small pockets of time. If you're waiting to have a whole half a day free, you'll never do anything. Because once you're a mom, that just doesn't happen anymore, right?
What I can say, and I listen to other people that they're being saying to that, like, you have to tell your kids, like, if they're enough to understand, like 6 years old, my kid understand already, mommy needs to do a Facebook Live. Do not dare open that door. So they need to understand, need to be on board. Hi, Angie. They need to be on board, because if you don't tell them that you're going to be like all the time on the computer or making a phone call or typing something, you know, they need to understand, you know, because you have time for them, but you have also to have time for your business. Because if you don't get time for your business, you're the CEO, you're the one that's going to take the time, that you're going to write your own check. So you have to make that schedule and make it happen.
Yeah.
And they understand that. My husband and my kids and the baby even, it's like, you're going to stay there for a little bit. You know, you need to cry a little bit if you have to, you know, but it needs to be like that. Or he comes with me, and you see me sometimes I'm with a Facebook Live with the baby, because he's part of the process. And you're going to actually attract the people to you that like that. You're not going to attract the people that don't want to see you with the baby, or that's not my crowd. That's all right.
Exactly.
You know?
That's exactly right.
Do you guys have any questions for my to Stacy right here? You can type it on the right. Probably in the phone they have. If you're a mom and you have any questions for us today, you can type it there and we can answer it. If not, I think if you don't have anything to say, Stacy, we can wrap it up. Because I know Stacy.
I always have things to say. That's why I do Facebook Lives as well. But no, I don't have any.
You like to talk a lot.
I do like to talk a lot. Yeah, I like to talk a lot. But it's just, you know, it's because we love what we do, right? We just love what we do.
Yeah.
So, and
you have to enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think if anybody out there is a mom, I mean, I have a lot of people who are part of my tribe who are new moms. And I think what you were saying is exactly true. It's because they're attracted to the fact that we're keeping it real. Sometimes my kids show up at the end of my Facebook Live. Sometimes they're in my videos. That's my reality. I don't try and hide that because it's just who I am, right? So, and the people who are trying to live that life, I think they appreciate that, Jamie, because they're struggling with the same things. They've got a child crawling around on the floor and knocking stuff over, and they're trying to do a video, and they get it. So
I remember, because I breastfeed all the time. I was one time, he was fussy and I couldn't talk at the same time. I was like, I breastfed him right there. Obviously, you guys didn't even see that, but I was breastfeeding when I was talking to the camera. And then I know a woman told me, yeah, I think you were breastfeeding the baby, because he disappeared right away. Like, it wasn't even the video. It was like, yeah, I was breastfeeding him because he was fussy. He wants mommy. So I was like, I keep working, I keep talking, he's eating right there. So it's part of the process.
Yeah, exactly right. So people who are looking for an excuse to not do it they'll find an excuse. But for people who really want to make it work, they can know. They've got two examples right here of people who are making it work around a family. And, you know, somebody said to me early on, when I started online, and I kept saying, they kept asking me about my why. And I kept saying, it's, you know, my children, I want to give my kids opportunities I never had. And, you know, I went into the whole thing. And then they said, well, what's stopping you from doing exactly that? What's stopping you from being successful? And I was just like, well, I'm so busy. I can't seem to find time to make it work around my kids. And they stopped me and they said, you realize you can't use your why as your excuse. They can't be the same thing. Your why and your excuse cannot be the same thing. So which one is it? And that hit me like a ton of bricks between my eyeballs. And I was like, you're right. I can't. The reason I'm doing this can't be the reason I'm not doing this. You see the message that's sending out to the universe. It's total confusion.
Yeah, it would be like a rock there, a wall. You're gonna just crack right there. Like you have to have your why. And I tell a lot of my students this: put your why in front of you, and in your computer, in a sticky note, or you need to see it every single day. So you don't have any excuse for yourself, because actually the excuses that you get is because you want to hear the excuses. Because you think you cannot make it, you think that you cannot be enough. So when that happens, you just don't do it. And then you're going to say, oh, it's because the kids are there. Okay, you can do it with the kids. Or it's because I don't have the time. You have the time. You have 24 hours to do whatever you want. Like I sleep 4 or 5 hours and I keep doing it. It's because I really want it and I have a big why, bigger than my hair. I need to do this because it's important for me. I don't want to be attached to the computer all the time. I want my business to be automated completely. I don't want to get my time to just travel and have different things that I want to do, help kids in needs in different places in the world. I have 3 places. It's not everywhere. I have a target. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Brazil. I want to go to Dominican Republic. That's where I want to go. And then I have to think that every day. And I visualize every morning what I want to do. And when I have that in my mind, I already know why I'm doing it. And I keep doing it till I'm very tired and my eyes are getting closed. Okay, this is the time to close the computer. But next day, I will do the same. And when you really want it, and you cannot have an excuse. And it's possible.
Yeah.
It's definitely possible. Yeah, you will struggle. Yes, there will be days that you don't want it. It's gonna be boring. Yes. And it's not gonna be easy. Yes, but you're gonna get there.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's so important to make sure that you're finding something within your business. Do you both have vision boards, or is that too much? No, it's not too much. I'll answer this question in 1 sec. There has to be something about your business that you're so passionate about that it drives you and pulls you towards your vision during the days when you really don't feel like doing it. When you don't feel like, a lot of times you don't feel like it. Like, how many times have you not felt like doing a blog post, but you sit your butt down and you do it because you're a big girl and you have vision, right?
Sometimes I didn't even like to do like a Facebook Live. And I remember one day I really did not want to do a Facebook. I was like, I was not depressed, because I don't get depressed. I have actually 5 minutes of my time that I get, I use 5 minutes of my day to get negative, but I don't use it every day. But that day I had it to use my 5 minutes, but I still said, okay, I'm just gonna do it anyways, because it's part of my process, part of my consistency online. And that's why people reach out to me, because I'm consistent. And when you stop in that moment to stop being consistent, people will stop watching you, because you're stop being consistent.
Yeah. But they don't believe.
Do you have a vision board, or is that too much?
Yeah,
I actually have one. It's actually a virtual one. I do it in my computer.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of paper around my house, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it in the computer. So I get some different pictures of different places that I want to go, stuff that I want in my life, and I put it all together, and I actually visualize my future, how I want my future to look like every single morning, how I want to wake up, what is the smell, what is the colors, everything. I put it in, and I type it. So I remember when I said that moment, and I sometimes go back and see it, and I can check what I want in life. But I already have it here. But anyways, you want it in like write it, so you know exactly what you want.
Yeah, you should write it. But I always did vision boards, typical vision boards with your big piece of paper, and you cut out pictures and whatever. But now I actually advocate more for the 3D vision boards. I don't know if you're familiar with them, Angie, but if you check on YouTube 3D vision boards, they're more effective because they're three-dimensional, right? So they actually lead you into, it feels like you're really inside that vision, which is, you know, it's in terms of gelling with your subconscious, it's a lot more effective. But I do really, really believe in them. I think it's not just because of the finished product. Like a lot of people focus on that finished product as being so critical, and I think it is important. But I think it's the actual activity of doing it, of thinking it out, of sourcing, of figuring out clearly, with crystal clarity, what it is that you actually want, and not just things, but the feelings that go with that space. Yeah, 3D vision boards. How you'll feel to be living that, so that it's so important to actually feel the emotions of being there now in the present, even though it hasn't happened yet, because that's how you draw it towards you. And I find that the whole act of creating a 3D vision board, or of creating a vision, or like Jamie said, actually writing down what you see, is really important, because that's what allows you to feel the emotions associated with it. And that's what makes it happen. And that's why affirmations are so ineffective for a lot of people, because they don't believe what they're saying. It's feeling the emotion and having belief in it that is what actually draws it to you. So the act of creating and writing is what creates that emotion for most people. It's not just having the thought. It's that hand-eye thing, right? It's a whole body experience. Yeah.
So if I know that a lot of women out there, probably moms, that are not staying at home right now because they really want to stay, but they don't doing it because they don't think it's possible. Because they think, oh, what am I gonna do at home? Just do the laundry or just do this? Because we have those times that we need to do the laundry while we're probably with the phone in a call, and then doing, we are multitasking because we are women, we can do it. You cannot give that to, that is not a man's job. It's our job to do all that kind of things. And one of the other things that I said in one of my first interviews was we need to outsource sometimes. When you actually feel that your house is in top of you because the laundry is not done, the dishes are not done, you're like, there's a lot of things to do in a day, you can actually get crazy. So sometimes you have to hire somebody to do it.
Yeah.
And what happens when you don't have that, like maybe budget to hire somebody to do it? You need to do a schedule. You have to have a schedule in a day. It cannot be just like no schedule. Like you need to have a schedule. Your kids need to have a schedule. You need to have a schedule. And even the dishes have to have a schedule. And everybody in your house.
You gotta get your family to help too. Like my husband does the vacuuming, you know, try and get the kids to do little things, you know, but you're right, a lot of the big chores we still do. And in their defense, it's because I feel like I can do it better. So if they do it, then I'm just going to go and redo it. So I may as well do it, right? But there's many times, there's many times when I'll have my laptop on top of my washing machine, and I'll be watching a webinar as I'm sorting laundry with headphones on.
You really have like the audio things, you know, listening to something that can give you a good mindset to get going, to maybe teach somebody. Because, you know, when you know something, you can teach back.
Hey.
Hi, Elena.
How are you?
Consistent routine going. So thank you both for inspiration and guidance. Oh, thank you, Angie. That's great. So you know what happened? My husband loves to cook, so you cook. I stay here on the computer. When the dishes are done, I go and eat. But you know, it's possible. Sometimes, I go to cook. Today I cooked twice already. You know, the machine do the dishes, guys. It's not you. It's not like the old times that you have to do it by hand, and you don't have to even go to a rock and do it. Like I'm talking like that because I'm from the Dominican Republic. I know that. My grandma was like just washing clothes in a rock. We have the machines now, so don't get lazy and say you have to wash the clothes. The machine is washing the clothes for you. You can be in a call, you can be in a text, you can do even a Facebook Live, and you can say, hey, I'm here washing my clothes, and then talk about some value, because that's why it's going to bring you people to you, not because you're washing clothes. It's because you're bringing value.
We do most stuff in a pressure cooker. Honestly, I'm not kidding because it's fast. My husband does it all. I don't cook hardly anything anymore. You have to get people to, you have to get the family to help. Because the thing is, what we are doing is actually for the family. It's not for me, it's for all of us. So
Yes.
we're all part of the vision, we're all part of the dream, and I include them. I'm like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to travel to next? What is your dream? What activities would you like to do? Because then when I say mommy is going to go do a Facebook Live, they don't go, "Ugh." They understand it's part of the family plan, right? So you have to get them, involved, and they'll help you out. My husband does all the cooking for dinners now because that's a busy time for me, both as a mom, but also with my business. Because as you know, Jamie, we're dealing with every time zone.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you're Pacific, I'm Eastern, you have people all over the world and you're trying to connect with them. So right now it's like 6:30 here, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a busy time of day, right? But my husband's upstairs with the kids and he's got them doing an activity and they're being quiet. So I got them to help, right?
Yeah, and for example, when I'm going to sleep and it's like 12, it's already morning in like India, and and that person want to start talking to me, so I have to say, hey, let's do a probably in 5 hours. Maybe I wake up in 5 hours and I talk to you.
Australia too, right? Australia too. So it's like you have to be around.
Yep, it's 24/7.
And Jelena, because Jelena's in Narnia, so she has to deal with.
I didn't know you were in Narnia, Jelena. That's great. We should visit her someday.
She knows what it's like to have to always deal with different time zones, right?
Yeah. All right.
I've kept you a really long time, but this has been fun.
Great. This is like my second interview, but I'm really enjoying doing this for women because I think we need to empower ourselves and all each other, because I know there's women out there probably using their time wrong. Instead of using their time to actually start making money at home and bring their husband, they're out there working hard for you, bring them at home as well, so you guys can do everything together, and you're gonna get together their family. You're gonna probably love each other better. You're gonna go and travel better, and you're gonna understand each other better. Yes, it will be a struggle in the beginning, but then you will be free, and that's the purpose of doing this every single day. That's why we both always here every single day, because we understand that already.
My husband's at home too. Yeah,
that's great.
Yes. Yes, more solid relationships that way, Like I have a lot of friends who say, I could never work with my husband. I'm like, then you're in the wrong marriage. You need to work on that, because the more time I spend with him, the happier I am, right? Hey, Lynn, how are you, my friend?
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice. It's nice to, have the family together. That's the whole purpose for me, is to have the family together, And in the summertime, when my kids are off school, it is exactly like that. We are together every day. Nobody goes out to a job. It's not perfect. We have our issues. We're not multimillionaires, but you know what?
Yep.
We have that. And that is that's more important to me than anything, because I can always make more money. I cannot make more time. My children will never be 10 and 6 again. I treasure every second.
Yep. I can relate to that. Like, I will not be able to watch my baby walk. Like, they start walking like that, and you can miss that. Like, and they start doing 2-step, and was like, oh, are you there? Because you are working with them next to you. Yeah. And when they say the first word, I was there for them too. I was so excited. I did that Snapchat right away. I was like, because I'm there with them, and then I can enjoy it better. And that's what was my first why that I came online, because that was not possible for me doing it when I was doing parties out there, when I was reaching out to families and friends and knocking every door out there. It was not possible. So when I started doing everything online, it was like God speak to me. I was like, this is great. Like, the best thing ever that happened to me was start doing online marketing and work from home with the kids. Because I actually was around with the kids. I can do both at the same time. I can do my own hours, and I actually can reach out to anybody in the world, because it's not just California, it's the world.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? It's really liberating and very empowering. But the thing is, you do have to get past that learning curve. And what you were saying before is, I think what stops a lot of people is they don't really have belief that they can do it. But if you talk to anyone that's successful, I mean, there's people on this broadcast right now who are very successful that I look up to. If you talk to any of them about their journey, there's always a period of struggle and adjustment and trying to figure it out and not being sure that you can do it, and that feeling of overwhelm. The difference is you have to have the stick-to-itiveness and the fortitude to understand that it's a time, it's a season. You'll get through it, and then you'll hit the other side, which is where you ultimately want to be. So the only way to not be successful is to give up on yourself. If you don't do that, you will figure it out. There's no way you can stick around this campfire and not figure it out. If you show up every day, you will, but you have to not quit. You have to not give up on yourself. That's the key right there.
You learn and you learn at the same time. It's all together.
Exactly.
All right. It's a pleasure, Stacy Hall, to have you here. And oh my God, I cannot. I can tell you that you was one of the person that I was watching for like I said, for a few months. But you inspire me so much. I can tell you that. You know. And I was pretty consistent and everything, but you know, your content and the way that you were achieving, like getting people inside your Facebook Live, and when you start doing something that I didn't know I was doing the same thing. And, you know, that's about that you check to people that you that you like. You know, when you see them, they're doing something. You just you emulate the same thing. You know, it's not a copycat, you know, but you are just. You're trying to learn from other marketers out there. And that's the important part, you know. You can reach out to people that already know what they're doing, and then you can ask, and just study. Like, I have so many mentors. I can tell Stacy Hall is one of my mentors. She didn't even know that.
That's very sweet, yeah.
And it's true, you know.
I do the same thing. I reach out to people all the time. I'm constantly reaching out to people because everyone has something to share. I learn so much. There's so many great marketers, and we're fortunate that we're connected with them. Not everyone's news feed looks as amazing as ours. You know that, right? But then we're just so connected to such brilliant people. I'm compelled on a daily basis to message at least one person who I admire and say, you are amazing. And I just need to tell you that, right? And they're very willing, they're very open, they share, they'll help you. It's amazing.
It's not about just pitching the product, guys. It's not about that. It's about making that relationship and then try to learn from each other. You don't never know, maybe in the future, Stacy Hall have another opportunity to say, hey, I want to go there too. But you don't know, because if you don't have that relationship for a long time, you will never know if that person was the right mentor for you or the right opportunity or the right whatever, because you make that relationship first. But if you, example, you just start a conversation, you pitch it right away, and I'm gonna block you, by the way. And the second, if you don't want to, if you don't want to make that relationship with me, I don't know if I can see your opportunity later on, you know, because we build that relationship and you engage with each other online on Facebook, because we're on Facebook trying to do this business. And that's my favorite platform. I don't know you, Stacy, but one of my favorite ones. I have others, yes, but one of my favorite ones is Facebook. So you need to engage. That's your home. You need to engage in your home. You need to talk to your neighbors.
Absolutely. You have to respect the platform. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't. I mean, I certainly have had my fair share of people not do it correctly. And, you know, if they're nice about it, I don't necessarily automatically ban them. I'll try and help them out. But some of them are just, you know, not nice about it.
Yeah, so, yeah. I have that, like, they start just pitching and it was like, yeah, I try to get them nonsense around, but they keep doing whatever. So I just have to do that. And you will have a lot of spam people. You will have people that ask you for marriage or I ask you to buy a ticket for them to come to the country.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
will have those two, but it's part of the process, and you will learn which one is good for you, which one you can make a relationship with, and that happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much, Stacy, for being here. I hope you guys learned so much today that it's possible to be a mom and actually stay home and make it happen.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Thank
You
you
can
for
do
having
it.
me. This was so much fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye, everybody.